I did a broader message for the Divine Feminine Collective, something to keep in mind this weekend. And I was going to go pull for like a specific collective based off of what I was hearing in my head. And I put out this deck. I don't really like this deck. I feel like it's too vague. So I don't use it that often. There's Spy. I literally just put this all back clearly. Spy, cycles, move on. Narcissist, which like, but also then like manifest. What? Okay, hold on. So, and then the other deck, when I was like, no, we're not dealing with that. Bottom of the deck again, spying. So then I was just like, okay, let me just, this was literally all before I started, like just now. So I was like, okay, let me see what's under there. Clinging. What is that? Boundaries. Soulmates. Hello, what? One day. Oh no. Sorrow. One day. Second chance. Fantasy. Are we serious here? I think that's how you're gonna feel. I think that's how you're gonna feel about whatever it is that is coming toward you. Because someone's clearly in your energy, someone who clearly gaslit you, crossed your boundaries, caused you a lot of pain, but they're clinging on. They're clinging on. They're spying, they're clinging on, and they kind of refuse to let go. Let's see what else is happening. This is a reading for what's coming towards you this weekend. They could be a water sign. We also have sexuality, caution, intimacy. And now we're putting away this deck because, see, this is exactly why I don't like this deck. Sexuality, caution, intimacy, water sign. Okay, Cancer, Leo. Leo? Are you a Leo? Do they have Leo energy? Interesting. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Whoa. But also Leo, apparently. Clearly, this is something you had to move on from. And maybe you might still be being told to move on, because this could just be a cycle continuing here with the spying, but feeling like you guys are soulmates, but kind of crossing your boundaries here and hoping that one day you'll have this second chance. And it makes sense why fantasy was out there. I think they're drawn in like to you by like your beauty, and not just like outer beauty, your inner beauty, and the peace that you radiate and that you bring to them, and it makes them a little obsessive. And also we had sexuality, intimacy, and caution with those little purple cards that I don't like. Obsession. They want to be in your skin. They want to be in your energy, in your skin. And it's like possession. Well, I want to claim you. I own you, sort of thing. Which with soulmates out, that's why you get caution, because I'm not even gonna confirm whether or not you are soulmates or whatever. It's enough that this person thinks that you are, right? And that I think on some level you think that they are too. Let's get some more details about this person, please, Spirit. Don't lead with sex. I am such an empowered woman. You do what you want to do with your body. But if you think this person is actually your soulmate, but they have gaslit you, they are spying, clinging on, this relationship has caused you and them so much like sorrow and pain, and this is like a cycle for you guys. It might be the cycle of breaking, leading with intimacy, is what I think. Hold on. I had to sit with that for a second. We have King of Wands, the World reverse, Hierophant, and the Devil. What I think with this cycle, the second chance that they want, I think you're gonna see that think you're not going to be as fooled by, because we also have the moon mental clarity at the bottom of the deck. I think that you're going to see them as they are. It doesn't mean that they're a bad person. It just means you're going to see that charm and understand that that charm still affects you. It still has this pull, but you're understanding that this is a cycle that you need to close, that this is more of a closure thing for you. Doesn't mean that there isn't still the opportunity for a second chance and the whole one day sort of thing, but it's you with the Hierophant here and the Devil. It's you understanding that you have the authority to break yourself from this, that this is the whole point, that this is a kind of like a spiritual leash that's been had on you, being driven by sexual chemistry, sexual intimacy, and how it's kept you stuck, like in your shadow self. And now you're understanding with these cycles, with like the gaslighting and everything, and again, like with the Hierophant here and the World reverse, you're understanding what it is that you need out of a relationship, what you require, the traditions that you believe in, and how it is that you want to move forward, how you envision the other person in your life. And that's not to say that this King of Wands energy is bad, but it is to say that maybe they shouldn't be leading with that. What do they, well, we know what they hope. What do you hope out of this long term? Long term. We have High Priestess reversed. 8 of Wands. Vernal Equinox, which is like, oh, okay, that's like, I think you actually hope that whatever it is that has been, blocking this comes to light. Because High Priestess reverse is suppressed intuition. But that Vernal Equinox card is awakening, new beginning, dark to light, breaking dawn. This might be my Breaking Dawn collective. Oh, that would be so cute. Kinda, if this is coming back around and this is just like a little cycle. Because at the bottom of the deck you have Sun reverse, just have fun. And you had the World reverse, seeking closure. You might walk away from this, at least right now. At least right now, you might walk away from this. I'm getting the feeling that this leaves you feeling disconnected, but hold on now. Hold on now. We'll get to the 2 cards that just fell out in a second. Do you know what I just realized? Hierophant, High Priestess. What? Soulmates did come out. I might have to eat my words on that. And again, the moon is at the bottom of the deck. Y'all saw that I pulled cards out. So I didn't do, again, mental, like, things are coming to light, dark to light. I think things are being illuminated. Hope is not lost yet. Nine of Pentacles reverse, yeah. And Strength reverse. I think you actually are my Breaking Dawn collective. because I'm pretty sure a lot of that energy, if I'm remembering correctly, was lacking confidence, but understanding that like you wanted this person and not being confident in that, not being confident in that. Because this Nine of Pentacles reverse here says you are enough, stand up for what you deserve, working too hard or for free, undervaluing yourself, self-worth. I'm gonna have to do a part 2. Yeah, so that Nine of Pentacles reverse, it says you are enough, stand up for what you deserve, working too hard or for free, undervaluing yourself, self-worth. And then Strength here, lacking confidence, inadequacy, self-doubt, low self-esteem, weakness. And then again, remember we had High Priestess reversed. Very like, okay, so this left you disillusioned. This left you disconnected from yourself, from goddess source, right? With the moon repeatedly coming out, like you were disconnected from the goddess. But that's changing. That's changing, and I think it's changing with this coming back around. And I think it's in how you act, how you react. We're gonna pull more cards on it to see dark to light the next few days. And I this is a reading for the weekend, like what's happening this weekend for you, what you need to remember. Go back and watch the overall Divine Feminine Collective message that I gave, because that ties into this. You are going from being disconnected from the goddess, from yourself, from feeling like you aren't enough, and sitting in this energy of lack and inadequacy and just self-doubt. Very much, well, I'm sorry, very much poor energy, very much poor energy. That's okay though. That is okay. We've all been there. We've all been there. You're going from that to Eight of Swords reversed. Oh, I love that. Six of Cups. But Five of Cups. We're gonna have to clarify that. Eight of Swords reversed. I mean, you're coming out of, again, right, like the disillusionment, and I think you're seeing what this all did for you. How it, yes, it put you in a very dark place, but again, how you love them and finding strength in that. Finding strength in that, in the sense of, oh, all of these are tying in together, because I actually just did another reading about strength and how moving forward, you need to move forward in softness in your Lamb energy. You're gonna see that, yes, this broke you. Yes, this left you like devastated and like dissociative, but you're still soft and you still get to be soft. And it's okay that, honestly, you know what I'm hearing? I'm gonna get you back. It's okay that you want them back. It's okay that you a part of you, even though you might reject this like up front, a part of you wants this reunion, wants this to come back around. And you're seeing that, and you're no longer viewing that as you stuck in a cycle. I think that's the cycle that you're breaking, and that's why, okay, that's why Five of Cups is out. Grief, sadness, loss, mourning, emotional baggage, resisting change. Sometimes resisting change is not allowing people to show up in a different light, right? Keeping an image of someone out of protection for yourself, not because that's genuinely how you think that they are. Now, do I think that they need to be leading with this spicy energy, this King of Wands? And I don't necessarily view the King of Wands as bad. I actually think that the King of Wands is very powerful energy, especially when you were trying to come into confidence and you see something. I see it, I like it, I want it, I buy it, that sort of thing, right? Except you're nothing to be bought. I think it's very beautiful energy, and I think there's a time and a place for it. But we have sexuality, intimacy, caution. So you all lead with your sexual chemistry. I thought there was someone coming down the stairs. Wrapping this up here, we had 8 of Swords, 6 of Cups, 5 of Cups, right? And that confused me. You're understanding you can lean into your softness, right? And that you don't have to stay in this energy of emotional baggage and resisting change. And that by giving into the change that's happening here, regardless of the actual outcome here, and I might do a part 3 on the outcome. We'll see. And how long that, you know, takes to play out. You have 9 of Cups, Ace of Cups. Damn near the freaking 10 of Cups. Like, you see, I almost knocked that. Like, this is gonna knock you out of the park. This end game and how this transforms you and how it empowers you, right? To like go after what it is that you want, to allow yourself to be fulfilled. Because look, there is a stigma attached to people wronging you and being, and you know, having like narcissistic tendencies. I don't take this card, this is why I don't necessarily like this deck here. I don't take this card to actually be narcissist. I think it's more so having narcissistic tendencies. And I think as a society, sorry here, as a society, we are too quick to label people as narcissists. You are not clinical, you know what I'm trying to say, clinical, whatever, licensed clinical professionals, there we go. It's not your place to, and narcissism, like narcissism as a disorder, as a personality disorder, is completely different than someone having narcissistic tendencies. At some point in our lives, at one point or another, especially when we're on this spiritual journey, healing, we all can display narcissistic tendencies. We like, that's just the stark truth. If you don't like that, I'm very, very sorry. And so I think you are, and that's also why the Hierophant is out here for you as well. Them high priest, like, again, mirrored energy. They were blocking their intuition, and you were like resisting how it is that you actually genuinely believe in, what you actually think about relationships and how they should go and everything. So this isn't you needing to deviate from that. This is you having to come back home to that, because I think you have more grace and compassion for people than you let on, right? We first had the lamb. This all started with the lamb, or maybe this didn't start with the lamb, but I am tying back into the, I don't know. Anyway, you get what I'm saying here. Lamb energy, softening your heart. And that is what's going to lead to your emotional fulfillment. And I honestly, please go back and watch the other 2 videos, because it ties in perfectly to this. That is the key to your fulfillment. 1000%. That is the key to your fulfillment, for you to embrace love and understand how much it can fill you up, and how overflowing it can be, and how wonderful it can be when you allow someone to pour into you. Because as much as this person was a narcissist or whatever, there were parts of you that probably reflected that back to them as well, right? You had High Priestess reversed. They were sitting in Hierophant. And that's not to say that you haven't grown. It's just to say that you were sitting in a pretty disillusioned state. You were very much strayed away from the goddess. So don't throw stones. But I'm sorry, that got a little preachy there. But that's it. That's all. I love you so much. Have a wonderful day. Bye. We know the outcome, or the hopeful outcome of the situation. So I just pulled for how the goddess is guiding this connection this weekend alone. The Moon, Judgment, Temperance. I had to go back to my favorite deck. King of Cups, Lovers. What you need to focus on specifically, okay, so this is an unveiling. Through this person, more of you is being unveiled. More of you is being revealed to you. A judgment day of sorts, a culmination point. And in every spread, we've had some sort of like closure sort of thing. The word reversed. I can't even think of the other cards. This is like, it's not a test, but it is, you say you're ready for this, let's see how you handle it. Because then we have Temperance. How is your mind when this comes in? How are you soothing the thoughts that come up when this comes in? How are you both? I'm taking King of Cups here. Why was I about to say King of Swords? Interesting. How are you both? King of Swords, because you do need to be thinking, using logic, and your gut, right? How are you both having that like emotional, not vulnerability, more like accountability for what's happened, and also keeping your emotions at bay. The Queen of Cups is very good at being loving towards others, compassionate, understanding others' emotions for them. The King of Cups is very good at holding space for separate emotions. Like, I feel this way, you feel this way, right? But one doesn't have to overtake the other. So how you both work through that, regardless of what comes up, regardless of what is the outcome here, and how this like how this sets the stage for potential union, because I don't think this is set in stone. That's not like I'm not getting like solidified energy here, but there is love here. It just depends on how you go. Knight of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Knight of Swords for me is choice point in thoughts, like in action. You are either running fiercely in one direction or another, right? Either they're for this or they're gonna run into the complete opposite direction, and likewise for you. So it's deciding, what do you believe about this relationship? What do you know to be true in your heart about this relationship? Going back to Lovers energy, Lovers talks about personal values and everything. Your personal values as it pertains to this relationship. I urge you to go watch all of the parts, because this has the potential for something very, very beautiful to be born within you. In this union, sure, but within you. Some seed is trying to go from like potential to form, and it requires you going within, and you go within by being sparked, because all throughout these messages I've been hearing sparks fly, by being sparked by whatever is being unveiled and whatever is the judgment that is delivered upon this union, if that makes any sense for you. Just don't get, I was about to say don't get caught up, and literally, yeah, I mean, this has the potential for dramatic change. The Tower, look, people can like try to sugarcoat the Tower. The Tower is a harsh card. But more so here, especially with the Well and the Hermit before that, there is the potential here. There's the opportunity here for this to be a beautiful upheaval, a beautiful change in beliefs, a beautiful close in cycles, and what you believe to be true for yourself. And it's like something, you know, that I love from the Wisdom of Oracle deck, the Chaos and Conflict card. That is what this Tower is reminding me of, with here the Well and the Hermit. It's like, yeah, this is going to be chaotic and probably conflicting and confronting, but the beauty that is going to be born from this, the potential that it has, unmatched. I was saying something before this, but I don't even remember, so God has probably deemed it unnecessary. And that's why I had the Ten of Swords in my head, because Ten of Swords, Ten of Cups, Ten of Swords. Hold on. Period. No, wait, it just came to me. Going from sorrow, despair, just like shot in the back, no choice but to go down. That's the point, right? That's the point. That is this, I don't even know where I put it. I don't even know where the tower is. It doesn't even matter. That is where, that's what this, here we go. That's what this tower is stemming from. Like, that is what this tower is. Going from Ten of Cups, Ten of Swords to Ten of Cups via this King of Swords. I think what's being born out of you, what I'm getting here, because notice we didn't get any Queen cards, any Queen Court cards, but the very first card from all the readings was Divine Feminine. This is you learning, learning softness through your masculine energy, through your own inner masculine energy. That is you embodying it. This is what's being born out of you. How to take action, how to lead, how to be decisive, and how it spurs you on in other like avenues in your life. And along with them, right? Them ascending to their divine masculine energy. Not to say that this is complete, but I think whatever happens this weekend is closing out a major cycle, allowing you all to continue to ascend, or it has the potential to. So I really love this for you, and yeah, that's all. I love this for you. Good luck. You got this, though. You got this. Whatever happens is what's meant to happen. Either you have more to learn, or you're able to bask in that Four of Wands energy of, wow, look at how far I've come. And how that in and of itself is a wish come true. So yeah, happy Venus, I love you so much. Bye. Star reverse, Page of Swords, the Moon, Ten of Wands, Ace of Pentacles. This other energy, counterpart, divine union, divine masculine, whatever, classify it however you want. In yours, you got the Star upright as like a make-a-wish, wish upon a star. They have the Star reversed as in, because they're spying on you, they're clinging on, they're, you know, hoping for a second chance. They're not quite confident in that, and it would appear they lack confidence overall, because you came out as feeling like you weren't enough, inadequate, self-doubt, lack of confidence, and they came in charging with the King of Wands, false confidence. But that's starting to be viewed differently. They're starting to find a new way of like thinking about this, how to approach you, and like getting curious about what could be, about what it would look like for this to be turned upright. And that's why they're spying on you, because in one of the other readings from this, the Four of Cups came out, and salvation came to me, and I was thrown by that. You are their salvation. They view you as their salvation. Again, you don't complete anyone, no one else completes you. It's not your job to heal another person. We get all of that. Through you, they find hope. They find salvation. They find clarity, right? Through you, it is unveiled to them who they really are, as you uncover more of who you are, and it allows them also to release their own burdens of what has happened within themselves, and just everything that they are carrying on their own that's weighing them down, that's causing them emotional baggage as it pertains to this relationship, creating the energy for them to ascend, to better, to actually show up in this second chance as the person that they always wanted to be for you. Someone who doesn't abandon, someone who persists, someone who is you'll never guess this. Hold on. Someone who is well, I was also going to say sovereign in their own self, and instead of relying on their confidence, their looks, instead of relying on that, leading with groundedness and more so their authentic self, who they are at their core. Not that they put on a front with you necessarily, but kind of like afraid to show you this version of them. I don't know why for them this seems more vulnerable. This seems more as something to defend than leading with the King of Wands, flashy, charismatic. I had it split into three. The deck, Ten of Pentacles, under the King of Pentacles, you'll never see this. Emperor, Emperor. Under, what was it? Nine of Wands. So you've been persisting. You've been you know, I think doubling down on what you knew this could be before the abandonment, and that is why it is so important for you to remain sovereign in yourself. Remain sovereign in yourself. But so we had, this is crazy. This is quite powerful. Whatever cycles it is that you're closing out, this is powerful because we had, remember, we had the Hierophant, High Priestess, and now we have the Emperor and Empress. Insane. Okay, insane. With the Ten of Pentacles, foundation, legacy, stability, right? Whatever legacy means to you, whatever that abundant, prosperous family means to you, for you and them. That's what's coming. That's what's harmonizing here. Or that's what's trying to harmonize with this cycle that is closing this weekend. This was supposed to be how spirit is like guiding them, and it's looking to you for hope. It's looking to you to be the one to set the tone of how this is going to go, right? It's like handing you the keys to the kingdom. You lead, you decide, because I messed this up. I abandoned this. I was reckless. I gaslit you. So now I'm going to take the beginner's mind and get curious about what this could look like from your perspective. You know, to see how it goes if we were to be to be a partnership, to be partners, to be equal, to decide that we together are building something, even if that's not what's happening right now. And I really don't think that's what's happening right now, because to go from lacking confidence and self-doubt, for them to still be kind of needing to turn, I always forget about this, turn the star right side up. This is a path. This is a journey, right? You've been on the journey and you're still on the journey. So don't get too excited there. Don't think that miracles can happen. Miracles do exist. We can quantum shift all the time, but come on, let's be realistic about this. I don't know what I'm saying. I get a little preachy, y'all. I can talk a lot, especially when anyway. The point was to see their energy, see how spirit is guiding their energy. And we're just gonna get closing messages here. I don't think there's anything more to say. Spirit and I think let them know. Knight of Wands, Queen of Swords, Ten of Pentacles. The only way that you're actually going to get to this security, this stability, the only way things are going to really stabilize is if you're honest about how leading with passion and intimacy, how it genuinely affects you. If you're seeing the truth of how it affects you, as I live and breathe, Three of Swords at the bottom of the deck, how it causes you harm, how it causes you sorrow. Sorrow came out in one of the other decks. How it's not, literally, it's not what you envision when it comes to building a stable, trustworthy bond, building deep, intimate bonds with another person. Values, where your values lie, and how it is that those values can come together so that you can be in unity with one another. How you can honor the passionate, liberated, sexual being that you are, and also what it is that you truly believe. Remember, Hierophant came out as well. How it is, like, what you truly believe, and how there's a part of you that's a bit traditional, right? It doesn't have to be religious. We don't do that over here. But traditional, right? There's a way to do things for you. And it's okay for you to, like, make Five of Swords, the Lovers, wrapping it up seriously here. Make peace with that. Make peace with the duality that is you. That literally, that is what the Lovers talks about. Make peace with that. Allow yourself to change. Allow yourself to grow. Allow this to change, to grow, to shift. Which was a bigger thing. Again, lamb energy, leading with that lamb, that beautiful, beautiful lamb energy, and just be honest, and work as a team. Work as a team. You start building from there. You start off with honesty. Yes, it's still a long journey ahead, but you'll be so much better for it. You will. Don't be afraid. You got this. I love you. Have a great day. Bye.